Hello students, I am Rakesh Chauhan working as PGT Physics in Suraj School Bawal. I welcome you all in the e-learning classes of physics. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the types of material on the basis of their magnetic properties. So on the basis of magnetic properties of materials, the materials are classified into three categories, namely diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material. So we are going to discuss all these materials on the basis of their properties, and I have compare these materials in tabular form so that you can easily recall these properties and compare these materials for examination point of view. So here I have described 7 properties on the basis of which we will discuss or we will compare all these three types of magnetic materials. Okay, so the first property I have mentioned is in external magnetic field, or how these magnetic materials are going to behave in the presence of external magnetic field. So far as diamagnetic materials are concerned, when they are kept in external magnetic field, their dipole moments are so aligned themselves that they actually repel or are repelled in magnetic field or external magnetic field. Means the direction of dipole moment developed in such materials when they are kept in external magnetic field is just opposite to the dipole moment of the external magnetic field. So therefore these diamagnetic materials are feebly repelled by the external magnetic field. What does this feebly word means? Feebly means weakly repelled, we can say. So what we are going to write down here, when we put diamagnetic material in external magnetic field, they are feebly repelled by the external magnetic field. We will write down it as feebly repelled by the external field. Okay, now suppose I have this diamagnetic material with me. This is suppose any diamagnetic material, and I have kept this diamagnetic material in external magnetic field, which was like this. So since it is repelled by that external magnetic field, so there will be no magnetic field lines pass through this diamagnetic material, or in fact the magnetic field lines will form such type of structure which shows the repulsion of these magnetic field lines in the presence of, we can say, the diamagnetic material. So this is how the external magnetic field lines will look like when the diamagnetic material is kept in that uniform magnetic field. Okay, let us talk about paramagnetic material. So these paramagnetic materials will be feebly attracted. These are feebly repelled, while paramagnetic materials are feebly attracted. They are feebly attracted, or we can say weakly attracted by the field. Okay, why is it so? Because whenever these paramagnetic materials are kept in external magnetic field, they develop the dipole moment inside themselves in the direction of external magnetic field, and that is why. But the magnetization is not so much as in case of ferromagnetic material. That is the reason these paramagnetic materials are feebly repelled, feebly attracted or weakly attracted, but definitely they are attracted by the external magnetic field. So the magnetic field lines in this case will be, we can say, suppose this is the paramagnetic material, and if it is kept in external magnetic field or uniform external magnetic field, so the magnetic field lines will be look like this. Means the magnetic field lines are passing, or we can say the attracted by the paramagnetic material. Okay, now we are coming on to the ferromagnetic material. So in case of ferromagnetic material, the alignment of dipole moments developed or produced within this ferromagnetic material is such that they are strongly attracted by the external magnetic field. So the diagram, or we can say they are strongly attracted by external magnetic field. So how the magnetic field lines will be look like? So you will say, suppose this is a ferromagnetic material and it is kept in external magnetic field. So most of the lines will be passing through, these ferromagnetic materials, or we can say no line will pass out of this ferromagnetic material, because the external magnetic field is strongly attracted by the ferromagnetic material, or we can say the ferromagnetic material is strongly attracted by the external magnetic field. So this is the very first property we have discussed on the basis of applying external magnetic field, or how the behavior of diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material is going to be changed when they are kept in external magnetic field. Okay, now we are going to discuss the second property, which is susceptibility. So far as susceptibility is concerned, susceptibility of diamagnetic material, we have defined the term susceptibility in our last video, and it was the ratio of intensity of magnetization to the magnetic field intensity. Okay, so the value of susceptibility may be negative, may be positive, may be very high, may be low. So far as diamagnetic material is concerned, the value of susceptibility is less than 0, means negative. The value of susceptibility for diamagnetic material is negative or less than 0. Okay. For paramagnetic material, the value of susceptibility is greater than 0, means positive, but it is less, we can say, as compared to the ferromagnetic material. Okay, now we are talking about the susceptibility of ferromagnetic material. So the susceptibility of ferromagnetic material is of course positive, but very high. The value of susceptibility in practical, we can say somewhere around 5,000, 6,000, even 10,000 for some materials or ferromagnetic material. So the value of susceptibility is positive for both paramagnetic and ferromagnetic, but the difference is the value of susceptibility is quite less here, but in case of ferromagnetic material, the value of susceptibility is very, very high. Okay, now let us talk about the relative permeability. So far as relative permeability is concerned, we have derived this formula in our last video, mu r is equal to 1 plus xi. So if susceptibility is negative, and this susceptibility, if it is negative, then 1 minus something, so definitely relative permeability for diamagnetic material will be definitely going to be less than 1. Okay, in case of paramagnetic material, since susceptibility is positive, although it is less, but it is positive, then definitely relative permeability will be greater than 1. So we can say mu r is greater than 1, although the value of mu r will be less as compared to the ferromagnetic material. And as we have discussed, in case of ferromagnetic material, susceptibility is going to be very high, therefore relative permeability is also be very, very greater than 1. So this is the comparative analysis of diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material on the basis of relative permeability, which we have mentioned here as third property. Next comes effect of temperature. This is also very important factor on the basis of which we can classify these three materials. So there is no effect on increase of temperature. We can say the diamagnetic material will remain diamagnetic material. There is no effect of temperature on such materials. So far as paramagnetic material are concerned, if we increase the temperature, their susceptibility actually decreases, or we can say there is a relation that susceptibility is inversely proportional to the temperature of the paramagnetic material. And for ferromagnetic material, this relation actually slightly changes, and this relation becomes Chi is inversely proportional to 1 upon T minus Tc. Now what is this Tc? So we will discuss it. This Tc is known as Curie temperature. Curie temperature of a ferromagnetic material. Now question comes, what is Curie temperature? So Curie temperature is the temperature above which the ferromagnetic material just start behaving like paramagnetic material, or a ferromagnetic material converts into paramagnetic material. So this can be asked in exam, that define Curie temperature. So the temperature above which or at which the ferromagnetic material start behaving like a paramagnetic material. Okay, so the behavior of paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material are temperature dependent, while the behavior of diamagnetic material does not depend on the temperature. Okay, next comes is alignment of external magnetic field, or alignment in external magnetic field. So when we put diamagnetic material in non-uniform magnetic field, then they align themselves from strong magnetic field to weak magnetic field, because they are repelled by the magnetic field. That's why they align themselves from strong magnetic field to weak magnetic field. Since paramagnetic material are feebly, or we can say weakly attracted by the external magnetic field, therefore they align themselves from weak magnetic field to weak magnetic field, or we can say from weak to strong magnetic field. Okay, let us talk about this ferromagnetic material. So since the properties of ferromagnetic material and paramagnetic material are quite similar, so we can say they align themselves from weak magnetic field to strong magnetic field within a span of second. Strong magnetic field. Okay, let us talk about next property, or which is examples. In fact, so far as examples of diamagnetic material are concerned, bismuth, copper, we can say silicon are the examples, or we can say lead also. Lead are the examples of these diamagnetic material. So far as paramagnetic materials are concerned, we can say sodium and calcium, aluminium are the examples, etc. are the examples of paramagnetic material. And so far as ferromagnetic material are concerned, their examples are nickel, cobalt, iron, etc. So these are ferromagnetic material. Okay, one more property we have written here is Meissner's effect. This is also very important topic, or we can say concern so far as magnetic materials are concerned. So Meissner's effect, what is Meissner's effect? First we will see, and thereafter we will see that paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material does not show magnetic Meissner's effect. So we can first write down here, does not show Meissner's effect. This is also does not show Meissner's effect. So only diamagnetic material are here to show the Meissner's effect. Now we will consider what are Meissner's effect. So the diamagnetic material, if we can say, if we take such type of diamagnetic material that their susceptibility becomes exactly -1. We know that the susceptibility of diamagnetic material are negative. So if the susceptibility of diamagnetic materials becomes exactly -1, then from this relation the relative permeability becomes 0. And if relative permeability becomes 0, then such type of diamagnetic material are strongly repelled by the magnetic field. As soon as they are kept in a strong magnetic field, they are strongly repelled by that external magnetic field. So this effect is known as Meissner's effect. So which diamagnetic material shows this Meissner's effect? You will say the diamagnetic material whose susceptibility is exactly -1 and their relative permeability therefore becomes 0. So such type of diamagnetic material are known as perfect diamagnetic material. Perfect diamagnetic material. They are also known as superconductors. Superconductors whose resistance we considered as 0. So what are superconductors? We will say that superconductors are the diamagnetic material, or we can say perfectly diamagnetic material, which shows Meissner's effect. And the property, or the must property condition for a diamagnetic material to be a perfect diamagnetic material or to show Meissner's effect is their susceptibility should be -1 and their relative permeability should be exactly equal to 0. So this is how we can classify the materials or magnetic materials in diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material and ferromagnetic material. So I hope this lecture would be very beneficial for you to compare the properties of these materials and to remember these properties. So we have classified these materials in the tabular form. So thank you very much for watching this video.